Hey guys, and welcome to another stream, and today Anton and I will be talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, like our thoughts on it. I know I already made a video about it, but I could always, like, discuss, there's a lot of things that I didn't discuss there, and yeah, I wanted to talk about, Kirby Air Ride, Mario Kart, Donkey Kong, the egregious pricing, like, all that stuff here, so...
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go ahead and start a super chat goal. So to help me buy a Switch 2.
Yeah, super chat goal of how much is it in US dollars? 450
Um,
something,
I'm
440.
I'm actually gonna make it so where you could do anyone can do any price. So because you could set it to any price on there. So yeah.
For the Switch 2 though, I have a question for you. Will you finally, after all these years, get part-time UFO and good job on Switch 2? Will you get that?
I will. Yeah, I'll get. I've been meaning to play
Right.
those games. I've been meaning to play those games.
You need to
So
get them. Yeah, you need to get those. Those are great games.
yeah. But yeah, I'm
I wish
playing.
they were on like NSO or something for free, but that'd be cool. That'd be a cool kind of bonus thing. I
Yeah.
think they are worth the money anyways.
Yeah.
And Box Boy, you have that one?
Oh yeah, I've played Box Boy.
Yeah.
I've only played the one on Switch though. I still need to play the games on 3DS.
Yeah, I got all the 3DS ones. Very, because you can get them still, right? You can just download them
Yeah.
from your favorite shop, Always a great thing.
But yeah, I wanted to talk about that direct cuz I think like the games were amazing, but the prices were weird. Like that was just kind of crazy that happened. But I would say though, the games that they revealed are incredible. Mario Kart World looks like it will definitely be the best game in the series. And Kirby Air Riders. That's the reason why I'm playing Kirby Air Ride today. But
Yeah.
I can't believe that actually happened. That is crazy. And Sakurai is directing it too. Like that is
We thought it'd be
crazy
Kid
to see
Icarus
him.
or something he was working on. You know.
Yeah.
We thought it'd be a Kirby or not Kirby. Well, maybe Smash Bros, but maybe Kid Icarus was what I'm thinking they were making. I
Yeah.
was thinking about it.
Also, could you
But,
read the
yeah.
chat? I see Soshi, Super Starfy, Pat Kickin, Connor.
Where's the stream? Oh, here's the stream. Okay, I got it.
Kirby Air Ride is so fun. I am so happy it's getting a sequel now.
Yeah, Kirby Air Riders. I like the name too.
Yeah.
I'm interested if that's the final logo or if it's just the temporary. I think it's just temporary, maybe.
Though it does look like a very
Or it does-
Sakurai. It does look like
Although
a very
it
Sakurai-esque
does
logo.
have the trademark on it though too. I mean, like I don't mind it as long as like the boxer looks good. I don't mind the logo. It does look like his YouTube videos, doesn't it? To fit the logo.
Yeah, and also
It
like
looks like his YouTube his subtitles, which I mean I don't hate, but like it's a bit more like
it looks.
simpler than I would have thought.
It does remind me of Smash a little bit. So
Actually, you're right. That has a simple logo too. I mean, if the boxer looks okay, I don't mind. So I don't like hate simplistic logos. If because you don't want to have like a busy logo and a busy box art either, right?
yeah.
So, okay, yeah. I mean, it's I can't wait to learn more about it. City Trials is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, that is gonna be amazing online. I cannot wait to play
Yeah.
that online. That is gonna be incredible. That is one of the reasons why I wanted a sequel. Just
Yeah,
that,
like I'm very excited, for all like what I have in my mind. Like I'm happy that these games will run better. Like even Fortnite, they showed that it's gonna run so much better.
yeah,
on the Switch.
on
And
the
Minecraft hopefully will run
yeah
better.
on the Switch 1, Fortnite looked like a Nintendo 64 game.
Yeah, I was playing it today. Like it loads like a Nintendo 64 game. It doesn't look good. Like it looks so bad.
Yeah.
It's like if it's playable, like I'm impressed that it does work as well as it does. But Minecraft, like that one's in my opinion a bit worse. And like there's even shaders now. I don't know if you I tried the preview today actually for Minecraft, the new shaders. They look really cool. They have like they're pixelated, like they match the pixels.
Oh,
Or like
nice.
the lighting and the reflections in the water. It's really neat what they're doing with the stuff like that. So I'm with the cool visuals. So I'm hoping that all that stuff will get on this system, which I think we will. Oh, are you
Yeah.
gonna go see the Minecraft movie?
I'm planning on it.
I'm Steve. I want to get the Minecraft Happy Meal tomorrow. I want to get that.
Yeah, imagine in the Zelda movie, like, Link is like, I am Link. That's like...
Or he's gonna be like, huh, huh, huh. That's what he says.
Yeah. But then, no, like, the only dialogue he has in the movie is him saying, I am Link, and then for the rest of the movie, he's like, yeah, hiya!
Yeah. I am Mario. Hello, Mario.
Well, I mean, that is already accurate to Chris Pratt, so...
Yeah.
Because he just talks in his own voice.
Ender Pearl. This is the overworld. The Nether. Flint and steel.
Yeah. But, I wanted to talk about, Mario Kart World. Is, I mean, yeah, the price is pretty bad, I would say, but the game itself looks amazing. I am really excited about that.
For sure. The game looks really, really good. You know, I do think that the price should not be that high. I think
Yeah.
You know, I think really what people are mad about is them that just they kind of broke like a rule of like making the games even more expensive. People are attacking, you know, companies for making games. It would be $70, right? $70. People are attacking for that, right? Instead of the regular 60 or whatever. You know, I guess the thing people are worried about is the price is increasing for other games and companies thinking that it's okay. You know, I guess Nintendo just says, oh, okay, people will buy it because the demands for Mario Kart's there and it sells well. And I get that, you know. But the game does look amazing, and, you know, I'm probably gonna get it. That's the thing, right? I'm probably gonna get it. Well, it's for the review. It's for the channel, right?
Yeah.
It's for the channel?
Yeah.
It's for the channel, yeah. It's for the channel. We can justify that. It's for the channel. It's good. But I mean, you know, in all seriousness, like, it's quite sad that it is that price. But I also say, if the game is just loaded with stuff to do, that it's just a massive game like Tears of the Kingdom was, I wouldn't, because it's even more expensive than that game. I don't actually, like, I wouldn't mind paying for the price if the game's, like, insane. Like, the game better be, like, really, really good and have a lot of stuff. If it's like, oh, we only have, like, 20 tracks and that's in, DLC coming later, and it's like, okay, that's not good.
Yeah.
But, you know, if there's a lot of content there and it's worth the value, I wouldn't mind. Of course, that's something we have to see when the game comes out, right?
Yeah. Also,
I mean, GTA 6 could be really expensive too. That's actually a good point.
Yeah. Also, another thing.
Yeah.
Hyper Mario Sunshine said, "Do you think the tariffs are partially at fault for the high price?" I honestly don't really think so.
I think
for the game,
console, but not for the game.
For the console, maybe, but for the games, I don't think that's the case. I think it's just Nintendo being greedy, honestly. I mean, we know how Nintendo is sometimes.
I don't think the games are probably not.
Yeah. Because it's expensive. They're expensive in other countries too. If it was isolated to the US, then I would see why. But it is basically that price everywhere. So
we don't know the prices for the Canadian stuff yet. So I mean, aside from the console, they've not given any prices. I actually looked at Donkey Kong's website, and there was no price there. So I'm trying to figure out I'm trying to see what the price is. For that game, it's probably gonna be the exact same. But the fact that they're not showing it yet is maybe they're still deciding on what they price them, because, you know, our dollar is quite bad. it's pretty bad. So maybe they're like, okay, we want to try to make a profit, but also, I don't know. I'm a bit worried about that, right? So I'm a little worried about what. Like, imagine if Mario Kart's like $120, and they're like, yeah. Like $120 Canadian, that'd be kind of insane. You know, it better be a good game. It better be good. It better be like a 10 out of 10 thing, right? I don't know. I think Nintendo just kind of they should have made the game a bit more accessible.
Exactly.
Especially,
Yeah.
you know what the problem I think they're gonna run into? I think the problem is that especially parents and stuff, they're gonna be like, oh, you have Mario Kart at home, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it's still like a good game, right? Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. A lot of people are probably just gonna say, you know what? I don't need the new Switch, and I don't need that game. So they're gonna be
Yeah.
like, okay, you know what? Like, let's wait on that, right? I think the people that are probably gonna want to buy this maybe are the people that don't have a Switch and don't have Mario Kart on it.
Yeah.
If if you have it already, it's like, I
Yeah,
don't
and
know.
I wanted to say, I think like this price might be like a pretty unappealing to like a lot of families. I would say because like just nowadays with how the economy is, like an
Yeah.
$80 game, that's a hard sell. Like I mean, $70 games are already kind of unpopular, but 80, like that is definite. Well, that is beyond pushing it. That is just like crazy. Like I don't think like I mean. I'm sure it's gonna sell well because it's Mario Kart, but like, and some people like aren't gonna care as much, but like still, that is definitely like a lot of people are definitely gonna be kind of worried about that price and not really like not gonna want to get that game at that price. I would say because I feel like certain people like just have like a limit for how much they would spend on a certain game, and 80 is definitely a lot more
Yeah.
than. Also, like the fact that like there's such a big whiplash from the Switch to the Switch 2 era with the price. Like just going from like regular $60 games to like 80. That is just crazy. Like I think that's gonna be hard to justify for a lot of people, honestly. It
Hmm.
it really seems like this is a pretty bad move from Nintendo. It's like not just bad for the consumer, but like Nintendo's definitely not gonna do as well. I mean, they're still. I think the Switch 2 is still gonna be moderately successful. I think it's gonna sell like at least probably like the 3DS levels, but like not to the levels where they want it to. I don't think it's gonna fail or anything because I mean like the Switch is such a well-known name that it's probably still gonna like sell anyway. But like it's definitely
Yeah.
not reaching the Switch's heights unless they do like a price drop or something, which I doubt they'll do. I mean like the console itself, I can understand it being 450 USD, but I can kind of understand even though that is a bit pricey. I can kind of understand that a little bit, but Mario Kart being $80 is actually ridiculous.
Hmm.
Also, I like the music playing
I know.
in Air Ride right now.
Also, a bit unrelated, but have you seen the camera of the Piranha Plant one?
Um, oh yeah, I saw that. That was pretty cool.
I kind of want that.
I'm wondering if you could actually plug in like any external camera that has like a USB-C, or Nintendo just wants them only supports like their own cameras. I'm just wondering if that's the case.
Yeah.
Do you believe this console will be a 9th gen or 10th gen console? Um, I think it's
It'll
like
be the 17th gen.
I don't think Nintendo is following the traditional generations anymore. I mean, technically it's like 9th,
No, I mean,
but like
generation at this point is so messy anyways. Like,
yeah,
at this point, I think Sony's developing the PS6.
yeah,
Like, it's all gonna be random. I think Xbox is finished. I don't think you're gonna see another console from them, to be honest. Like, I
yeah,
went to GameStop. When I went to the mall, I went to GameStop. And it was a popular mall I went to. Right, it was pretty busy. Not the one that we went to recently. It was
yeah.
it was a different one. And this mall, which is all one floor, it's like massive mall. I got so many steps in Pikmin that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got like 6,300 steps that day. The mall was huge.
I keep
But
falling
I
down
went,
into this pit here.
in the GameStop, it was really interesting because the
What?
Xbox section was a little shelf. It was just a little shelf, that was it, and like a
Yeah.
bargain bin thing, which were all the games were still kind of a bit, but yeah, the Xbox section was really small, and then they had a large PlayStation 5 and 4 and Switch section. So Xbox, I think at this point they're out of it.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm expecting like Xbox, like for like some kind of like a thing where they actually reveal like some games for Switch 2. Like I am fully expecting that at this point.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah, for sure.
I want to see. I'm gonna read some of the
Oh
chat
yeah,
here.
like I do wonder how the GameCube games online are gonna. I hope they work okay. I mean, they
Yeah.
should, but
Also,
that one I'm like, the N64 games can be a little I don't
yeah.
know.
Also, I wanted to read the chat a little bit here. The game chat frame rate, friend gameplay looks so choppy. Yeah, it did look pretty choppy. The thing is, if I ever use that, I'm probably only gonna use it for like voice chat. Reese, are you gonna do a prediction video for what Kirby characters we could see in the roster for Kirby Air Riders? Yes, I am. I'm planning on. I'm definitely planning on doing
We're
a
gonna
Kirby
see
Air Riders video.
Kirby and Kirby and
Yeah.
Kirby and Kirby and Kirby and Kirby as well.
Yeah.
Those are all the great characters.
Unrelated.
You know, be great.
I wanted to say, Super Starfy said, unrelated news, but Coyote versus Acme recently got saved. Have you heard about that? That
I have. I just think it's so funny. People are like, I know Soshi the Oshi said here, ultimately not interested in it because it's like, to me, I just find it funny that like, a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, save it, and they're like, I'm not watching it.
Yeah.
It's like advocating, guys. It's like Earthbound fan that never played the game. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, you're like, oh my gosh, guys, invested. We need to save it. We need it. We need to watch it. And then I'm like, I'm not watching it. It's
Yeah.
like, it's like, what? Like, maybe like so into it like that. I don't understand. Maybe that movie should have been a Netflix movie, in my opinion. I think that should just go to Netflix. Feel like the perfect movie. I think Netflix had the opportunity to buy and they didn't, though, right? So I
Yeah.
think that's what happened. I'm sure it'll get to streaming eventually, but it is good that it was saved. I'm glad that it was. Apparently it was a good movie from what the test screeners said. So at least that is being saved and it's not lost forever. I have a feeling that, like, because I know Warner Bros. Discovery, they're not doing too well, right? They're not doing that well. Financially, maybe they're like, oh, just sell it for, like, we have the content there. So it means that a lot of the other stuff that they canceled, they could revive too, right? So it's not like they canned it. I think people thought that movie was canceled, like, indefinitely, right?
Yeah.
It was like deleted.
Yeah, a lot of people thought it was like completely lost media, like it was like in a vault, or not even like in a vault, like completely permanently erased. Like I think like a lot of people thought that.
Because they still have a lot of content. They still have a Scooby-Doo special thing. They still have that. They still have it. I mean, there are probably things like apparently that Batgirl movie they were making was really terrible. So I think that will be lost forever. I don't think you're gonna see that movie. And luckily we also didn't get the Powerpuff Girls thing, which looked terrible.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That made me. I died laughing after watching. I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's terrible. But I mean,
Oh, I saw
this movie is getting saved.
DG, I will do a Game Builder Garage video soon. The thing is, the Switch 2 is just like kind of blowing up right now. I kind of have to focus on that for a little bit. But then, like, hopefully, like, maybe a week from now, I'll be able to do another Game Builder Garage video. It's just been so crazy. I kind of need to cover, like, some stuff for Switch 2 first,
you're
and then...
gonna be able to do Switch, maybe, like, Game Builder Garage
Though,
60 FPS.
the good thing about Game Builder Garage is that it is getting an update for Switch 2, which I'll probably cover. I'm probably going to cover that. So... I think that's... I mean, I'm definitely going to make a video about Switch 2 Edition games, because I think, like, there's a lot of possibilities for that in the future. Like, imagine, like, Xenoblade X, do you know how we were, like, hoping they would actually do, like, free roam multiplayer, for Xenoblade X? Imagine if they actually do that in an update. Like, for a Switch 2...
Yeah, they could do that.
Yeah, I'm thinking they might make it Switch 2 exclusive, but, like, if they do, like, a Switch 2 edition of Xenoblade X that adds free roam multiplayer, that would be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I hope they do that. I think I think we could see that. It's a relatively new game.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Also, actually, one thing I wanted to say: what do you think of the fact that they're actually renaming a lot? Like, Nintendo Switch Online app is now Nintendo Switch app. Nintendo Switch Online, like the apps for like the different games are called Nintendo Classics. Instead of
I
Nintendo Online.
actually like the fact that they're calling it Nintendo Classics, because before it seemed like, oh, it's just like a little free incentive for Nintendo Switch Online. But now it seems like they actually care more about them by calling them Nintendo Classics.
Yeah,
and honestly,
they're trying to make it simple, right?
And honestly, by distancing the name Nintendo Switch Online from the retro titles, it gives me hope that in the future they'll do some kind of separate plan where you could only pay for where you could like actually choose to only pay for the classic titles rather than online, or choose to pay for certain systems, or even be able to download games for like a price. Like, I'm hoping they do something like that. But calling it Nintendo Classics, it definitely gives me like a little bit of hope that they'll do something like that. So I think that would be pretty cool.
I'm glad they are making that option available. Cause it's really great. Let's see. Weekly says Donkey Kong Bonanza looks great and explains.
Oh
DK's
yeah.
Design. Explains DK's new design. Mario Kart World looks great. Look on front. Yeah. You know, I think that game looks really good. It looks a very high quality game.
Yeah.
And yeah, the design makes a lot of sense. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
Well, Super Mario Odyssey Switch 2 edition doesn't seem to be happening. It seems to just be like a free upgrade.
It's just going to be a free upgrade from what I've heard.
Which is fine. I don't think the game needs a DLC at this point. It's been up for a while. I'm surprised Animal Crossing also doesn't have any, like... They didn't even mention that game.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. I'm sure that will get eventually. Because it would make sense.
My predictions for Kirby characters and Kirby Air Riders: Bandana D, Adeline, Ribbon, Marks, Magalore, Taranza, and Susie. I definitely think that's yeah, I definitely think those characters are possible. I could also see like maybe like a Forgotten Land character as well. Honestly, the fact that they're calling Kirby Air Riders makes me think that they're gonna have multiple characters. Also, I think it's funny. It kind of reminds me of like the Sonic Riders a little bit. Riders DX. I wonder what Riders DX thinks of Kirby Air Riders. He needs to play that game.
Also, the man Let's Plays said, do you have any opinions on the Nintendo Switch 2 camera? By the way, the camera has an MSRP of $49.99 US.
That's actually cheap. That's actually cheaper than I expected. I was expecting it to be like 100.
I think it's like 59. No, yeah, I think it's 59.99 Canadian. I think. If the camera connects to a PC, I think it'd be pretty okay. I think that'd be pretty solid, right?
I think it probably will, because a lot of Switch accessories. Like, I'm using the Switch Pro controller right now to play on Dolphin. So I mean,
the controller is so good.
Yeah, I think it probably will, since so many Nintendo accessories are are compatible with other devices. I mean, it's not like the Wii era where it's like they have like a certain port you'd have to connect it to in order for it to work.
Oh, but even the Wii remotes you can connect to a computer anyways.
Yeah, but I mean now it's like a lot easier, I would say. It's just like it recognizes it like just any other controller.
Like it can be a little challenging to connect to Wii remote.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it does, honestly, that'd be pretty cool. So maybe it'd be a solid camera overall.
Yeah. The fact that
it seems to have some sort of like I mean, and probably the software doing the AI to cut you out. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, the fact that it has like a USB-C connection probably makes me think that it is going to be compatible. But yeah, that's a lot cheaper than I expected for the camera. Considering
there was a rumor for a camera for a while, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, considering how expensive everything for the Switch 2 is, I was expecting it to be like $80 to $100, honestly, because Alarmo is $100. That's like a weird, like a crazy Nintendo thing. I actually kind of like Alarmo. I've been using it recently. And I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
I want to get it at some point.
yeah, I mean, you really need to, like, you need to be in the niche to use it if you're gonna get your money's worth out of it. Thankfully, I am, because I need to wake up early every morning, so, and I need a good alarm to wake me up. And I also don't like to look at my phone when I'm in bed, so that's also a thing. And it's also a cool novelty as well. So, I mean, for some people, yeah, it may be overpriced, but I think if you're in the right niche, then I think, like, it's a better thing, I would say. But,
Yeah.
I wanted to talk more about some, like, Switch 2 games. Also, I wanted to, since we were kind of bringing it up with characters, Kirby Air like we said, Kirby Air Riders. I still can't believe that's actually happening. Like a Kirby game, like a new Kirby game, directed by Sakurai, and I think I was actually wanting that for a while. I mean, I'm sure you've heard me talk about like saying, "Oh, it would be amazing to get a new Kirby Air Ride game with Sakurai." Like, do you remember me saying that? I've said it multiple, not just in my Dream Games video, but it's like one thing that I like really wanted to see.
Like a new Kirby game in general?
Or, well, a new Kirby Air Ride game, specifically.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I am so glad that this is happening. And it looks good, too. It looks... Like, I know it's just like a cutscene, I guess, but, like, it's just, like, the theme... Like, the art style that they're going for, and the theming just looks amazing. I am just so excited about that.
It looks really cool. That game, I think, has a lot of potential to be really, really cool.
Yeah.
The city trial stuff and online. I mean, Sakurai, you know, he knows what he's doing with a game like that, right? So, and also, I think it's cool to see that. Is that game developed by Sora, right?
Yeah, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if HAL is co-developing it. Because it's like
co-developed, but
yeah.
I'm sure HAL, though, is working on their own stuff
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Like, Kirby Forgotten Land's probably not that big of a project for them to do like the extra stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming they're working on something else as well. I do wonder what that is though. I wonder
Yeah.
what
Also,
other project
yeah,
they're working on, if it is Planet Robobot or not.
Yeah, someone brought it up in the chat. Imagine that Sakurai does the Mr. Sakurai Presents videos for Kirby Air Riders. That would be amazing. Honestly, I know some people think Sakurai is kind of weird with Kirby, but like not like representing much from the Kirby series in Smash. But I think the only reason why it's like that is because he didn't really have much incentive to. Oh, that was weird. Oh.
What do you mean, like?
Well, do you know how like a lot? Okay, here's what I was gonna say. Do you notice how like a lot of the Kirby games that he didn't direct aren't represented much in Smash? A lot of people think
like
that
stages, like are stages, like
stages and characters, like it's mostly only the games that Sakurai directed. People are worried that's also going to be the case for Kirby Air Riders, but the thing is, I think that was only due to the fact that Smash was a crossover and he didn't have much incentive to do that. Now he actually has an opportunity to work with these characters more and kind of have his have his own depiction of like these characters like Magolor. And
also don't forget that like Forgotten Land didn't exist, you know, before. Like I'm sure Forgotten Land came up before Smash Bros. Did have a stage, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but I mean, it's also like games like Return to Dreamland, Robobot, and things like that didn't have like much representation. But didn't it get confirmed that Namco was working on Air Riders? I don't know. I think that's just speculation. I don't know. I'll have to, unless it was confirmed somewhere.
Yeah,
okay.
But so did a lot of other franchises not have like new stages and new games,
yeah.
right? Like,
yeah. Also, that's a good point that Connor brought up. Yeah, Kirby anime characters. I definitely think that's well,
I think they do own the rights to those characters, right?
Here's my point. Well, Escargoon did show up in Kirby Mass Attack, so I think it's possible. Here's my point about the Kirby anime characters showing up. The thing is, like, Kirby Air Ride was I think it was referenced in the anime, and it was also and also like a lot of the music was kind of between both like the anime and this game. So I think there's a possibility because like, these games are kind of connected.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a possibility.
They said, apparently Nintendo also said that they were thinking about calling the console the Switch Super Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I wonder if that's why there were leaks with that name. Like it somehow leaked from like
Maybe,
Nintendo.
yeah. Honestly, like the name for choosing that they said because it was a bit confusing of what it actually was, and that they were kind of being like, oh, compared to the Super Nintendo, they had a really good. I'm trying to see like why they.
Also, I wanted to
There's
mention
like a really good reason why they didn't call it that.
Also, I wanted to mention, like the music in this stage may sound very reminiscent of Mother 3. And that is because both Kirby Air Ride and Mother 3 have the same composer. I'm wondering if he's returning for Kirby Air Riders. That would be incredible.
Remixes of the music, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I know, that would just be amazing to hear like new Kirby Air Ride / Mother 3 style music. That would just be incredible. Also, I hope the Kirby Air Ride soundtrack comes to Nintendo Music soon. I think that would be pretty cool.
Maybe. I mean,
Also,
they've been kind of slow with it.
yeah, I'm a little disappointed that like the recent Nintendo apps like Nintendo Music and things weren't shown on the Switch 2, because I that's kind of a big missed opportunity.
Yeah, that's weird.
Apparently this year of racing games on Switch 2 with Mario Kart, Sonic Crossworlds, and Kirby Air Riders, F-Zero GX all coming to the Switch 2 this year. It's insane. Yeah, and they're also like all like racing games that are spin-offs of platformers. Like Sonic, Kirby,
Yeah.
Mario, like the big platformers that like with also like just their racing games are kind of well known as well. Like I mean Sonic kind of, but like Mario and then also Kirby kind of as well, because like Kirby's more of like like Kirby Air Ride is more of like a cult classic, but yeah, I wonder if like Kirby Air Riders will be like focused like more on city trial. I'm expecting it to be focused. It's definitely having the main air ride mode. I wonder if Top Ride is gonna return. I don't know, because it's like the worst mode in this game. So I don't know. I don't know if Top Ride is gonna return. It might. If they're gonna be
Mode?
Yeah.
That was a weird thing.
Yeah. I think they're gonna focus a lot on city trial. That's gonna be like the big, because for like Switch 2, they're gonna have like big open areas. It's not gonna be on the level of like Mario Kart World, but I'm definitely expecting like some big like open areas for city trial. Think about how this menu is gonna look in Air Riders. Yeah. Yeah. I really like a lot of like the menu design from Sakurai's games, except Smash 4.
He's very good at designing those.
Yeah, except Smash 4 though. That was kind of like a stinker there. But I would say like a lot of his other games have pretty good menus, I would say. Like I mean they look really nice. It's interesting to see like a lot of like elements like between like a lot of his games, like a lot of similarities. Also, I was gonna say with that menu design, I think like the origin of that is like Kirby Superstar. That was like the first game to have like that kind of like menu with like a bunch of like a ton of options and things. Because that is like the big well-known Kirby game that Sakurai always references. So
yeah, I'm pretty excited to see more about it. I think that game could come out in September or something.
yeah.
I'm guessing September maybe. I do think there's probably one or two more games that we'll hear about.
Yeah.
in the June potential direct. I do think.
Oh, I do
Not
think
that,
there is
not that
going to
I'm
be a...
being like ungrateful, like oh my goodness.
There is going to be a June direct, but yeah, I do think there's going to be a June direct to showcase like more information about some of these games. But like,
yeah, like Metroid, I'm very confused. Like, how is that not a launch or like already? Like, it already has box art for the game. Like, it must be coming
yeah,
soon, right?
yeah.
I think that's strange.
I'm definitely just gonna like when that game comes out, I'm like exclusively getting like the Switch 2 version of that because I mean like you could do 180p or 180p. I meant 1080p 100. No, I meant 100.
Introducing a low resolution mode on the Nintendo Switch family system.
Yeah, I meant like
this mode will give you an authentic Nintendo Game Boy experience.
Yeah, but I
go.
Yeah, I meant 120 FPS. That is insane for like a Nintendo console. Like, and then also like 4K as well. It's crazy how much they were pushing 4K for the Switch 2. I was not expecting them to push 4K that much. But next year will be Kirby Right Back at You's 25th. Wow, I cannot believe that. That is crazy that it's gonna be that old.
I was actually watching some gameplay here of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Like, people are comparing gameplay, and like it looks real. It actually, not Scarlet and Violet. I mean, Legend Zaza, and it actually looks.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good with the frame rate. With like honestly, like that will be such a major improvement.
Yeah.
Like even though it's not optimized well, if it's like if it's a fun game and it plays well on Switch 2, then that'll be okay.
Yeah. And I'm also so happy that they're adding GameCube games. I've just been wanting that for so long. I hope they add Double Dash soon. I mean, it's nice that we're getting F-Zero. That definitely... that might deserve it a little more than Double Dash. Just because F-Zero needs that attention. But, it's just really nice to see, like, just GameCube on there in general.
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
Did you see
honestly,
that? Wait.
June can't come sooner now.
Will Gaming said, did you see that the Nintendo 64 app is going to get updated? No, I didn't. That's pretty interesting. What do you think Air Riders is going to release December? I think September. That's kind of what we've been mentioning. Also, I have a super chat goal. So like I'm saving up for the Switch 2 if you anyone is definitely welcome to super chat. I might at some point I might do like a Kirby Air Ride net play before Kirby Air Riders release. So I might consider that sometime soon.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I did that with you and Channel Kirby one time, I think. Also, I definitely want to do like more videos since we're getting some new Kirby stuff. I definitely want to do some more content with Channel Kirby soon.
That'd be cool. I'm sure he's pretty happy that there's been something.
Yeah.
Kirby. It's been a while.
What's
Kirby? That's cool. Someone said here in Will Gaming said, "Do you see the N64 app is going to get updated?
Oh yeah.
Is there a new game being added or just?
I don't know.
Which version?
Or like new features, or I didn't see. I'm gonna have to look at that. Yeah, can you maybe look it up while I'm playing this?
Yeah, I did. I didn't see anything. I checked Nintendo. I checked the official account. Didn't see anything. I don't see anything. I don't know. I mean, it'll get an updated version on Switch 2. I mean, everything. Like, apparently there are some games that are like slightly incompatible. I don't know if you've seen that list. Some games.
Yeah, I didn't see that list yet, but I kind of suspect what games are going to be on there.
Some issues on there apparently. Fall Guys has problems. Rocket League has problems. There's like very specific games have problems. Like Trip World DX has some compatibility issues. I guess there are some games that maybe have some problems and that
wait
100% work on the
when you said triple DX, I was like triple deluxe Kirby.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there are some games that do have compatibility issues. Doesn't seem like any Nintendo games have that problem, like first-party games. It seems like apparently all the Nintendo games seem to have issues.
Oh, thank you for the super chat. The man Let's Plays.
Except for the one game that I mean, it's kind of stupid that they're saying games that cannot be played on Nintendo Switch 2. There's that one game, publisher Nintendo. There's one game. What do you think that one game is? That cannot be played on Nintendo Switch 2.
Ring Fit Adventure.
Only one game. No.
Nintendo Labo. Actually, that's multiple games technically because it has like the different.
But only one of them. Which one?
VR. Because you can't like.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because I was like.
It should still be like playable, but like you need a VR thing for it.
The thing is, you could. I mean, I guess you could technically like maybe like 3D print something or like make like you could make your own cardboard one.
Yeah.
I
meant
meant
require like. Yeah, you're saying.
I was gonna say theoretically you could technically make it work, but it doesn't work with any of Nintendo's stuff. So.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Yeah, it seems only VR kit's the one that they say games that cannot be played even though you can. Games that require Nintendo Switch Joy-Con to play. So they're saying the games are Ring Fit, 1-2 Switch, Everybody 1-2 Switch, Game Boy the Garage, WarioWare, Nintendo Switch Sports. You know why Nintendo Switch Sports?
Because of the ring, like, or the leg strap, Yeah, I was just
the leg strap accessory.
Leg strap day.
The two controllers do not fit. Wait, I'm playable.
Well, the thing,
I'm playable.
Are they just saying that like
your own?
Are they just saying that like they're like you'd have to connect like external Joy-Cons from the Switch 1 to be able to play them?
They're saying you can use your Switch 2 Joy-Cons. It's the only mode that won't work is like it seems all these games will work with Switch 2 Joy-Cons. It's just specific things that those Joy-Cons do. Like for example, the Joy-Con 2 is too big to fit in the leg strap, so you can't play it at all.
Yeah,
I mean, so
unless you make your own.
Play that mode. So you can't play that mode. Yeah, exactly. You can make your own.
Yeah.
Or try to jam it in if you want. It says WarioWare move it because of the IR motion camera, which is not there.
Yeah.
We didn't need it anyway. So
though the thing is like with
But does that game like I haven't really played the game that much. Do a lot of them? Yeah, like you probably need to play it with it for the mini games.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but the thing is, from what I've heard, the Switch 2 will also be compatible with Switch 1 Joy-Cons, like via Bluetooth. So you will be able to technically play those games.
Yeah, you will.
To their fullest extent, but like you just have to connect separate. Yeah.
Which is fine.
You'd have to endure
the garage as well. Same thing, right?
Yeah.
IR camera.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm sure for the most part, like Game Builder Garage, like most people's games don't use that. So
cool. Like hopefully it has the mouse thing.
Yeah.
You can use mouse with that game.
Watch someone watching the stream right now add the IR motion camera to one of their games out of spite. So when I try to review their game on the Switch 2, it just doesn't work. That would be funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess people are probably not going to make those too much. I mean, I don't know how many games I play with the IR motion camera.
Honestly,
yeah,
since they're actually going out of their way to update Game Builder Garage, I wonder if we're actually going to get a sequel to that at some point. That would actually work really well with the mouse functionality.
If we're going to get... hopefully the mouse stuff is there. It should be, I would think. The mouse
Yeah.
controls. Oh yeah, so these are the games that have startup issues on Nintendo. I'm not going to say everyone, but there's games with startup issues, and those games are apparently some Arcade Archive games.
Huh.
Like Arcade Archive. Pac-Land has that issue. I don't know why that has that problem. Okay, so Pac-Land, Final Fantasy, Square Enix, Fitness Boxing, Nintendo. That's a Nintendo game. Has that issue. Epic Games Fortnite, but a Nintendo Switch 2 version is planned. It says here.
Yeah,
So
I'm sure a lot of those weird the games with weird compatibility that are that are Switch 1 games will probably have Switch 2 versions that like resolve those issues.
Like Pizza Tower has an issue.
Oh, that's weird. Hopefully not Anton. Hopefully not Anton Blast though. That I would actually
I'm just kidding.
I would riot. I would riot if it had an issue. I mean,
Yeah,
I know Pizza Tower
it's
having
not
an issue is
pronounced,
already kind of bad, but like if Anton Blast has any issues on Switch 2, I am gonna personally have a problem with some like whoever like did that
Doesn't
with
seem like
Nintendo.
it has. It seems Jackbox Party Packs seem to have problem, like for one and two specifically.
That's
The
weird.
Trip World DX has the problem. Those are kind of like the notable games. Plants vs Zombies, Battle for Neighborville has that problem. So like very random game like NBA 2K18 and NBA 2K25, but just only those games, not the other ones. So it's like it's very random and very specific games. I'm not really sure why. So those are the games that have, let's say, compatibility issues with the startup. But then there's games that are playable and that will start up on Nintendo Switch 2, but include some in-game compatibility issues. And these games, this list is posted here: Alan Wake Remastered, Dadish, some arcade archive games. I don't know why. Fall Guys. When I actually read this yesterday, there's like Fall Guys, and you know what below Family Chess, I were like Family Guys. I was like, what?
Family Guy?
Family Guys.
Imagine
Like,
Family Guy on the Switch 2.
Game.
Family Guy the
Yeah.
game on Switch 2. Let's go.
Yeah, it's like there's like Family Guys and there's like Fall Guys and Family Chess. It's
Yeah.
like, when you read that a little bit, you're like, wait, Family Guys. And you know, other game doesn't work. Games Advent Calendar, 25 days, 25 surprises, doesn't work properly. No, what are we gonna do? Oh,
Yeah.
Hitman 3 cloud version. This issue is being investigated. Cloud version, what? Harvestella from Square Enix.
Well, that's surprising. I think Nintendo would want to get their farm games working.
2019. Yeah, Just Dance 2019 has some problems. Overcooked has some problems. Old You Can Eat version. That's kind of weird. Saints Row. Stumble Guys. Stumble Guys.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Street Fighter 30th anniversary, and then a bunch of other random stuff. So like,
I wonder if like
it's like very specific games.
I wonder for some of those games, like the developers are gonna like do updates to help the compatibility.
Probably, yeah. They say all that because they do say here the issue is being investigated. The issue is being investigated. Apparently they're saying that, right? I remember like a long time ago, people were like, "Oh, they're not gonna do backwards compatibility because of that problem. That not all games will work 100%."
Yeah, and you know the interesting thing. Have you read the developer interview about the Switch 2?
I have it opened here.
Yeah, apparently the Switch 2 is like running on very different hardware than the Switch 1. Like it's like completely like from the ground up. Yeah, that's actually impressive that even most games work. That only like a few have problems.
Yeah, the hardware was designed for like with the backwards compatibility like stuff so it works properly. I remember like, you know, a lot of people being like, "Oh, they're not going to do it, right? Because it'd be hard." But guess what? They did it. You know, and it just shows how incredibly talented their teams are at being able to do that, right?
Yeah. Also, I wanted to see the Nintendo 64 thing. New CRT filter.
Is it...
And then also button remapping's coming to the Nintendo 64 as well. That's good. Hopefully it comes to like all retro consoles. Rewind they're adding a rewind feature to the Nintendo 64 one.
Really?
Yeah. I think that's probably going to be exclusive to the Switch 2.
Oh, okay. I don't mind that then.
Yeah. I mean, imagine how that's going to affect the Paper Mario meta. Well, Paper Mario, like, people don't even play the Switch NSO version anyway, so not gonna do anything. So
yeah,
but
June can't come soon enough.
Yeah,
It's gonna be epic.
It's very convenient that it's coming out before your trip.
I know, I was so worried, you know? I was like, if it comes out the week after, I would not be able to play it. I was thinking maybe my date for this release is actually June 3rd. That's what I was predicting. Or like, Well, actually, let's see. Like, is it the middle? Like, what day is that? The middle of the week, right? June 5th. I thought it was June 3rd, Tuesday. I thought that's when they were gonna do it, but instead it's a Thursday, which is
Yeah,
kind of obvious.
Thursday's like the standard for Nintendo now. So ever since Endless Ocean Luminous, the best Nintendo game ever.
Best. I hope that gets a patch and new
Yeah.
features.
I mean, like, well, I mean, what is there to do in that game? Do you even need it?
Added like one more like collectible. Yeah. Nice.
The
Yeah,
game's
June
kind of
5th, I should've
lagging.
seen that coming. I wasn't really thinking properly about what the release date would be. I was
Yeah.
thinking, maybe 3rd or 5th or 4th, 5th, something around there, and then it happened on the 5th. So
Yeah. The
I thought it'd be that first week because they did it with the Switch One first week. I don't think they really released consoles like in the middle of the week.
yeah.
But I'm so happy because that means that I get the system, and then a few days ago on the trip, I leave on the 8th. And then that'd be great. So I'll be able to enjoy it and play some cool games on the plane. It's gonna be a long plane ride.
Yeah. Could play some F-Zero
Yeah.
GX. You need to play that game.
Yeah, it'll be like a 14. I think it's 14. Is it 14 hours or something, or 10 hours?
Yeah.
It's something like it's something like that. It's a long plane ride, so at least I'll have that for the plane and be able to play a bunch of stuff on there. And I'm just happy because right now I'm basically using 2 different consoles. I'm using 2 different things. I'm using a Nintendo Switch One system for the original, for the original release. I'm using that for Fortnite, and then I'm using the other one for like the other games I have, because the storage sucks and it runs slowly. So we
Yeah.
actually will be able to have fast loading times and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
My cousin won't be like, "Why are you taking so long to load in the game?" And I told him, like, it's not great, right? And
Yeah.
it's funny when I tell him, I told him, I was like, listen, like the system, the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out, and he's like, why don't you get the PS5? It's so good, PS5.
I mean, now you have the
Oh,
Switch 2 at least, so.
Yeah. Then I told him today. I'm like, he's like, why are you so excited for the Nintendo Switch 2? I'm like, have you heard Nintendo Switch 2 coming out? And he's like, then what's that? I'm like, oh, I said like, yeah. He's like, why are you so excited? He's like, why are you so excited? I'm like, cause it's happened finally. After all these years, we've been waiting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end.
Happy about that.
But hey, Paper 256. I think I'm gonna end the stream soon, because it is getting like a little late, and I don't want to stream too late because I've just been pretty tired. This week, I haven't like gotten enough sleep just because I had a few like projects and things that I needed to work on for school, as well as like also the Switch 2 stuff. So
Yeah,
I've just
Marcus.
I need some more time the rest. But yeah, hey Marcus. But yeah, Marcus, we're definitely gonna play. I mean, of course, Mario Kart. But like, isn't the system releasing like later for you? I'm sure like by the time the system releases for you, Kirby Air Riders will be releasing pretty soon.
Yeah, I guess they have to work out prices for different countries still.
Yeah. Though it is kind of unfortunate that it's releasing later for you, from what I've heard.
Yeah, it's too bad. I mean, hopefully, you can get one as soon as possible.
Yeah.
I also have to buy a case too. I have to like order.
Oh yeah, yeah, because it's gonna be a lot
taking it
bigger
with
than
me.
the It's gonna be a lot bigger than the Switch One, so.
Yeah, I'll have to take that with me. I have to get the protector. I have to like do that like immediately.
Yeah. I remember like
cartridges are the same size, everything perfectly the same. They don't have like a little notch or anything.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I think the thing is Nintendo, like with the 3DS, I think like Nintendo thought like, oh yeah, most of the people who are gonna buy this are kids, so like we have to I mean, there are going to be a lot of like
Well, you're probably gonna
families
put it in
that
the new one. That you're gonna put the new one in there. It's gonna be like, oh, it's not compatible.
yeah,
Who's gonna say that,
or their
right?
Switch will just blow up because it can't run the game. I
It just tried to
honestly,
win the one
what am
for
I
Elden Ring and just
speaking?
explodes.
Speaking of Switch exploding jokes, I had one of my rejected jokes that didn't make it into my April Fool's video. I was gonna say on March 31st, 2026, all Nintendo Switch 1 systems will self-destruct. I was like,
If
so
you
you
have
must,
Mario 3D All Stars
yeah.
inserted, bad things will happen.
Yeah, even worse things will happen. It will create like a nuclear reaction and
Yeah, it's funny. Like I made like like the AI thing, the AI voice thing,
yeah.
like character AI. I found like someone made the direct voice.
Interesting.
You should have put.
Well, doesn't the
Maybe some people would have been like, "Oh, it's AI," but like
yeah.
I found it.
The thing I don't really like to use AI, so I mean, and I have like a lot of friends who are also like really against any AI use. So I mean, I only like really do it to mess around, not really for any content purposes. So, um,
Okay, I'll send you one that I made.
the thing is, a few people actually believed it. Like there were, I mean, most people didn't. Most people just saw it as like a shit
oh, it's your
post.
voice.
But like, yeah, like I mean, a lot of
Your
people just
voice,
saw it.
right?
A lot of people enjoyed it for the joke aspect of it. But
The one
like,
I made one time was so evil, and people like were really mad at me.
oh, was it the Nintendo NFTs one?
Yeah. No, well, no, actually, it wasn't that one. That one, a lot of people didn't watch, unfortunately. The one I did was, I did a Nintendo Switch, like, a Nintendo Switch Online one.
Hmm.
I did Nintendo Switch Online, and what I did with that one was, it was before it was before Earthbound was on there. It was before Earthbound was there, and before Mario. It was a few games I put on that thing. It was quite believable. I think I put something else too. I put like 3 like highly requested games, I think. It was here. I found it. I did keep it up. It's just people at the time were quite a bit angry.
Hmm.
It had, what games did it? I had, oh yeah, it had Mario RPG in there. It actually looked pretty realistic too.
Kirby Air Ride in widescreen. Yeah.
I guess the thing is not all games will have that support. So that's kind of a bit annoying, but I mean, it's understandable.
Hopefully, I can get some good distance here.
Yeah, I sent you the one I made all that time ago. The Nintendo, yeah, I remember I did the NFT ones.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were referring to at first, but it was actually,
That one, a lot of people were confused. Like my mom watched it because she watched myself on my channel, and she was like, "Who's that guy? Is that?" They're like, "Why some like, why some other guy here? Like, who is this?" And like my grandma, she watched it.
yeah.
She was one of my videos, right? And she's like, "Who is this guy? Like, why is this guy here?" She was like really confused, and I had to like explain to her, "Listen, this is not me. This is a joke. This is like." Oh my god, it ends up people like it didn't do well. I like the reason I tried to do it was because I thought oh,
Didn't
people
someone
would watch
steal it on Twitter and it got like really popular?
Well, that was actually some random image that I uploaded on Twitter as like, oh, like maybe like 5 people will see it. Someone took it and it blew up and it got like thousands.
Didn't the person who posted it
like
like block you or something too, or did they just like ignore you?
they kind of they eventually did put me, but it was like way later.
When it wasn't gaining any traction anymore. Oh, I wanted to read one in the chats here
Yeah,
from
and
Connor.
after that happened, I was like, bro, I was like, I
Yeah.
think after that, I was like, I'm not posting anymore on this stupid website.
Yeah. But
You
I wanted
know,
the
and
I wanted
it got me annoyed because it was like the one thing that I had maybe slightly blow up, but like the amount of stuff I posted after that too, and like nothing ever did anything. But what were you saying?
Yeah. I was gonna read the chat here before I end the stream, but Connor said, question, since we're getting DLC for Kirby in the Forgotten Land, I wonder if it would be cool if King Dedede, Meta Knight, and Clawreline will be playable in for Starcross World. That would be pretty cool. I'm not sure if they are though, because I mean, well, they might. That would be really cool if they did do that. Because there's like a lot of potential for like more playable characters in like a 3D Kirby game. I would really hope they do that, but I'm not sure if they're going to. I think it might just be like also there's like a Waddle Dee character there. I'm not sure if that was like that was interesting. I wonder if like that character. I need to look that up again. Because that was pretty interesting. Oh, hey Matthew Gaming. I'm I'm sorry, I was about to end the stream, but you're definitely welcome to join a stream another time, and I'm definitely gonna do some streams sometime soon. Maybe even more Kirby Air Ride streams. I might do like a net play for it, but yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and stay